It's I've been encouraged by Jess to make some recordings, I guess, so that people have a better idea who I am. Well, so she's encouraging me to make 100 terrible videos, and that I feel uniquely qualified to do. So it's not a great day here in the Northwest. The fires in our state have literally turned the air red. And the news is incessant. Just this administration has sucked all the air out of the room. And I think everyone's feeling the weight of that, myself included. And I'm not sure what I can say that would be helpful. Um, like all of you, probably, I'm not feeling terribly hopeful right now. I'm feeling pretty pissed. Um, I don't think that I'm unique in that. But I'm thinking back to uh, the lead up to the Iraq War, which is kind of a strange thing to reference if you want to talk about hope. But in the early 2000s, I was in college, yes, very late. And I was invited to go to a presentation from Louis Latham, who was having a 90-minute session on campus where I was attending school. And I went, and the auditorium was packed with people. And Louis Latham at the time was the editor of Harper's Magazine. One of the, yeah, I think at the time there were probably more voices speaking out against atrocity and stupidity that there are now. But Harper's famously took a stand against Bush's war in Iraq. And it turns out, surprise, surprise, they were right. So Mr. Latham had come to campus and spent 60 minutes reviewing the administration's false case and false rationale for launching this attack on what Bush had called, the axis of evil. Um, and at the end of that 60 minutes, the air in the auditorium was just heavy. I mean, we felt like we were up against this immovable, indefeatable, stupid, brutal force. At that time, there were protests around the world, millions of people protesting the actions and the stated um, attack. The Americans had been very outspoken about trying to get everybody to buy into their bullshit, and there were protests across the world. Even in the United States, there were protests. They weren't carried largely by the the standard press, but people were out there. People were protesting. Um, and at that point in his discussion, I think all of us were ready to just go sign up for a lobotomy. It seemed to be much preferable to actually knowing what's going on and not being able to do anything to stop it, to to make our government, who's supposed to work for us, not embark on yet another campaign of brutality. Um, but then he after he let us sit in that despair for a moment, he said some things I will never forget. And first, he invited us to look around the room at the people who had attended that evening. And when we looked, we found not just students and teachers, there were people of all ages, there were people of all walks of life. And he said, I want you to realize that across the world, there are groups of people, highly diverse groups of people, who are against this action and are speaking out. And if nothing else, this administration has pulled people into the political process like nothing we have ever seen. Um, we see that happening now. And we just have to look a little hard to find it because The news doesn't want us to see that. That doesn't drive ratings. Rage drives ratings. Rage and upset and disagreement. And the more that they can divide us, the more money they make. But we're not all that different. We want our kids to be able to eat. We don't want to see our neighbors camping on the sidewalk. We don't want to see senior citizens pushing carts in freezing temperatures because they can't afford their vacation. These are kind of elemental things that speak to all of us, and you're not invisible. So as we all share that feeling, that anger and that despair, I really want to encourage you to look around and find the people that make you feel hopeful. Like for me, it's like that woman who has an emu farm and those floofy noodles are jumping and running all over the field, and I feel better. It's Trevor, a little greyhound in the UK, who has the most outrageous costumes and shares them with all of us. It's Planthony in the plant store in Seattle, just sharing his bark, just having his life. And these people are your community too. I encourage you to seek them out, find them, let them help you feel better. And when you find them, share them with us, share them here on the Fireside so that we can share them with more people in our community. I can find some of these, but I can't find all of them, and I need you guys. So at the end of this, my first really bad video, I just want to remind you, maybe because I'm indoctrinated, we're still fucking America. We're still here. And we're not alone. And we need to remember that. So, thanks for joining in. Thanks for your cards and letters and pointers. And thank you, please, for sharing your bright spots in your life, sharing your spark. We could all use a little more of it. We'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now, kids.
It starts with a spark, it ends with connection.